Welcome to another episode of my Georgia Bulldog Dynasty. As in this one, we will be taking on the Auburn Tigers. We're taking a road trip over to Jordan-Hare and going to take on what is a 3-2 Auburn team. We are coming off of a really impressive stretch at home coming into this one, taking down Texas, Ole Miss, and Kentucky in 3 games in a row. Defense has played largely out of their minds the entire year. The Charlotte game is really the only thing that's overly standing out. But yeah, let's take a look at at how Auburn has gotten here, and then we'll take a look at the roster and we'll jump into things. So they lost in week 1 to Baylor by a touchdown. Beat Ball State, South Alabama, and Kansas. The Kansas win is a pretty solid victory there, especially on the road. Then had back-to-back bye weeks, and then came back and lost to Missouri 34-20. So their quarterback is Walker White, who got a chance to play against us last year due to a Peyton Thorne injury, and he was solid. He was okay. It was a game that we won, but he's developing well. One of the top quarterbacks in his class. He's having an excellent season. 9 touchdowns, has yet to throw a pick. So not really overly his fault. Wasn't great against Missouri. The passing yards haven't been anything crazy, but he's not turning the ball over. Hasn't fumbled yet this season either. So 9 touchdowns through the air, has added 2 touchdowns on the ground. Here at running back, they have Jalen White. Another pretty good running back. Has not been great. Coming off, other than scoring 13 touchdowns, was not great at Georgia Southern last year. He was one of the top transfer portal guys. Ended up at Auburn, has taken over their starting running back role, and he's been okay. Been better for sure as far as efficiency, and has picked up a couple of scores. They got Jeremiah Cobb behind him, and then Damari Alston with Hashim Boss being their running back 4. Out here at wide receiver now, they have Chris Lewis, Cam Coleman. Coleman was a very high-level 5-star wide receiver prospect. Played a lot for them last year and really had a great true freshman campaign. And he's a little step down this year as they haven't seemed to throw the ball as much as they did with Peyton Thorne when he was healthy last year. But Coleman's been solid this year. Really, the Baylor game is the only one that stands out as like a really bad game for him. Camden Brown is their number 3 wide receiver. Caleb Burton, and then it's sophomore Perry Thompson is their top 5. Tight end, they have Micah Riley, pretty good player there. Rico Walker at tight end. At left tackle, they are starting Clay Whedon, I'm going to say. It looks like not great, and Tyler Johnson behind him also not great, but they're young guys, redshirt sophomores, so plenty of room for them to grow, just not in the best spot in the world right now. Got a good left guard here, and redshirt freshman DeAndre Carter up to an 80 overall already. Very good player there. Jaden Muskrat is backing him up. Do have a good center here in Connor Liu with Tate Johnson behind him. Let's move over to right guard. We have Montavious Cunningham and Dylan Cinda. And at right tackle, they have Ronan Chambers. So not a great bookend set for them with Seth Wilford behind Chambers. So maybe that's something our defense can take advantage of. Now as we go over to the defensive side of the ball, they have impact player here in Keldrick Falk. Pass rusher off the edge here. Had 5.5 sacks last year, has gotten 2 so far. And this year is a junior, as Amaris Williams and Zacchaeus Walker behind him. They are without Kayron Crawford, as he is out with a fractured shoulder blade, essentially out for the entire year. 15 weeks at this point. He's probably done for the season. Gage Keys will be starting in place of him with Quintrell Jamison Travis behind him. Defensive tackle, they have a redshirt freshman here in Malik Blockton as their starter with Darren Reed Jr. and Zach Tootin behind him. As we move to left outside linebacker, really good redshirt freshman here, and Joe Phillips. Was a 4-star prospect coming out of high school. Didn't play for them at all last year, obviously, but has gotten 11 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. Behind him, we have sophomore Jamonte Waller, and then a trio of freshmen in Danny Timms, Marshall Earl, and Russ Goodwell. They have a true freshman, it looks like, starting for them, a middle linebacker this year, and Lyle Rowland, who was a high 4M prospect. I think he was somebody we were going after pretty hard for a little bit, and then when it became apparent we were not going to get him, we backed off, or maybe they just won him outright. Can't remember exactly, but I'm sure him being a Georgia middle linebacker that I went after him. 17 tackles and a tackle for loss for him so far. Have Maverick Rouse and Dwayne Daniels behind him. Move over to right side linebacker. Really good player here again for a sophomore, DeMarcus Riddick. This is a team that really should grow into being, a major, big-time SEC competitor as early as 2026, so just the next year in this series. DJ Barber behind him, Emmanuel Wood, and Clay Grimes, but they have got some linebackers that they can build around. This linebacker group is going to be insane as soon as next year. Moving over to cornerback, they're headlined again by Kyan Lee. 5'11", really good athlete, outstanding, change of direction. Antonio Kite beside him, and Amon Lane Gannis is their top 3. They have J.D. Rhyme and Champ Anthony rounding out their top 5. Free safety, they have Caleb Wooden and Tony Middleton. And a strong safety, they have C.J. Johnson, Terrence Love, Laquan Robinson, and then a couple of freshmen here, and then senior Corey Jones. Best player on the team is Alex McPherson, one of the best kickers in all of college football. And then at punter, they have Paul Holmberg. But yeah, they're at 3-2, a road trip. I've tuned it up to Heisman now. Want a little bit more of a challenge. So we'll see how that goes playing my first game, at least in this one. I've also moved over to Lane to be in Heisman at the time you're seeing this video. But, yeah, first game on Heisman in the Georgia series. We will be going to Jordan-Hare. Let's get it started. We're still ranked number 1, undefeated on the season. And, yeah, very, very excited to see what we can do here. First road trip in a while, really in a month, I guess. We had 3 straight home games and then a bye week right before that. But we entered this 7th game of the season. We are entering at 6-0. The last game we had on the road was against UCLA when we trounced them in the rain. So interested to see the impact of this crowd here. And let's see if Gunnar Stockton, who's been super efficient heading into this game, let's see if he can keep it up in a tough road environment, the toughest one he's played in. As Georgia will get the ball first here. McPherson kicks it away. Let's get it rolling. Nitro Tuggle back on the return, catches it at the goal line. Going to get tackled down at the 19. As we see Coach Brown and Gunnar Stockton giving him his final little bit of coaching before he gets it going. See how Georgia wants to start things off. The 9th toughest place to play in all of college football, and Gunnar Stockton and this Georgia offense come out in a 2 tight end set. And it is a run to ETN. Great first play of the game. Spins out 2 guys, and that is an 18-yard run on the opening snap. Exactly the kind of start you're looking for if you're Georgia. Want to try to get this crowd out of it. See if you can get Gunnar Stockton going. That is one way to get him going, with a little touch pass out to London Humphreys, who was able to take that for a gain of 4. This is a lot of speed in this Auburn secondary. That'll be something to keep in mind as this game progresses. As we now see Roderick Robinson out there for the first time. Again, it's a 2 tight end set here for Georgia. On 2nd and 6, Stockton takes it, hands it off to Roderick, gets past the first tackle, but only gets a gain of 1. Makes it 3rd and 5. Stockton takes the snap. Going to dump this off to Anthony Evans. Evans is going to be stopped short, though. Georgia's going to have to punt it away. Thorson gets a good punt off here. Going to be taken for a fair catch by Jeremiah Cobb. And Auburn now comes out here with Walker White for the first time in this game. Auburn defense able to make a nice stop there. Anthony Evans fell a yard short on the third down conversion. Walker White in the backfield with Jalen White, the transfer from Georgia Southern, and it's an RPO to get us started. Caleb Burton in the game early here, having a pretty good start to his season. Walker White now tries to come out. He throws a cross body. Very dangerous throw. KJ Bolden tried to make an insane one-handed catch. That's it, Walker White. If he just sets it, I don't know if he had time to set his feet, but if he was able to, he had guys open. It's already a 3rd and 6 now for Auburn. He's going to go over the top, and it's picked off. Dalen Everett, 8th pick of the year. Why do people keep throwing it his way? The senior trying to raise his draft stock. And now I think at this point, 7 games in the season with 8 interceptions, do you start talking about the Terry Hogue interception record in a single season? People, if they're going to continue, oh, that was Dalen Everett on the pick, was it not? That was Ellis Robinson. I am so sorry. I'm going on this big old spiel about Everett. Ellis Robinson with a hell of an interception there. I'm so used to those passes down that right side being Dalen Everett. My mistake. Didn't pay attention to the number. I got focused on the return, but a 3 wide receiver set here for Stockton. He takes the snap. Tries to, he was just going to scramble, decided at the last second to throw it. That's going to be an illegal forward pass. Gunnar Stockton with the mistake there. It's going to make it a 3rd and 13. Had some room there to just run and get a couple of yards. Now it's 3 wide receivers out to his right side. Sends Dylan Bell in motion. Bell goes back out. He's going to try to get the swing pass out to Bell. He does complete it. Not the best pass in the world. Sets up a 3rd and 6. He gets a better pass there. Dylan Bell has got room to run. Stockton takes the snap. Gets London Humphreys, who's able to make the catch and gets forward for a 1st down. Georgia trying to take this crowd out of it after that Ellis Robinson interception. Stockton takes it, tries to dump the screen, just has to throw it at ETN's feet. It's Keldrick's fault. Able to apply a little pressure. Out here with this 3 wide receiver look again. Delp in the slot. Stockton sends ETN in motion. Tries to throw the tight end screen and hits his own guy. I believe he hit Jared Wilson there in the back of the head. Stockton now on the 3rd and 10 has to take the snap. He's just going to scramble, get what he can, and slides down. Peyton Woodring, the much maligned kicker, going to get a chance here to put Georgia on the board first. His kick is up, and it is good. Georgia with a 3-0 lead. They do at least get points off of the Robinson interception. Thorson hoops this one away. Cobb going to take it for a touchback. So now we have Walker White out here again. Bunch, double stack set. It's a quick RPO. Ellis Robinson bit way too far inside. That pass completed out to Cam Coleman for an easy 1st down. Really bad angle there for Robinson after just making a big play on the last defensive snap. Walker White drops back to pass, throws it over the middle. Just a gain of 2 as Daniel Harris tackles down Perry Thompson. Three wide receiver set. Guys sent in motion. It is a touch pass. So he has to kind of spin around trying to find a hole. Caleb Burton loses a yard. 3rd and 9 now. Empty set. Walker White tries to throw it over through his receiver, Burton there, who was open. Burton didn't give great effort on that play, and Auburn's going to have to punt. Burton was open. Nitro Tuggle is at least going to try to get something out of this. Maybe gains a yard on that return. Stockton sends Lucky in motion. Takes the snap. Gonna just hand it off to ETN, who gets it for a yard. Georgia has probably been a little bit more pass happy than is necessary, especially in this environment. It's a 2nd and 9. 3 wide receivers out to the left. ETN in the backfield with Stockton. It is a carry to ETN, who gets the first down with the burst and excellent blocking up the middle. Sorry. Stockton now with a bunch set over here to his right. ETN in the backfield. ETN's going to get the carry again, just gets what he can. It's a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to dump this down to Oscar Delp, who's able to take that for a first down. Really trying to quiet this crowd as much as they can. Stockton now 3 wide receivers, Delp in the slot. ETN beside him. He takes the snap, just going to dump this down again to London Humphreys, not able to get much there as he is tackled pretty quickly on the play by Joe Phillips. Stockton, 2nd and 7, takes the snap, gets immediate pressure on him. Not able to wait for that play to develop as Keldrick Falk picks up the sack and makes it a 3rd and 12. Stockton takes it, throws it over to Humphreys, but that ball gets knocked away. Got a really nice play there by, I believe, Amon Lane Gannis for gains. Dorson now going to have to punt it away. It's a pretty solid punt off taken for a fair catch by Cobb. Let me make sure I got that guy's name right. I think just made that play. Lane Gannis, okay. 3-0 here. This will be the last snap of the first quarter. Walker White. And the last play of the first quarter is going to be a carry for Jeremiah Hall that gets shut down by Bowles and Kristen Miller. Georgia up 3-0 through the first. Georgia probably should lean a little bit more on the run game. That's been efficient. Been a little too pass happy in the first quarter. It's now an empty set here for Walker White. Drops back to throw it and does get a quick pass off there to Burton before he gets run out of bounds. It's now a 3rd and 4. Walker White getting harassed and gets sacked by Kristen Miller. Again, Miller, now as a redshirt junior, is certainly looking every bit like an all-time Georgia Bulldog. He has been outstanding over the last year and a half. As Auburn is forced to punt again, Tuggle's going to take the fair catch. Georgia has the ball at their own 45. Gunnar Stockton sends Humphreys in motion. Humphreys gets it, and that gets blown up in the backfield as DJ Barber snuffed that one out quick. There's now a bunch set to the left here. Stockton takes the snap, set up a screen against the blitz to ETN. Should have cut that inside, but it's a 3rd and 5. Really should have cut that one inside and utilized my blockers a little more there. Gunnar Stockton now, 3 wide set, takes the snap. He's going to try to go over the top to Anthony Evans, who's got room and has got a touchdown. The junior leading receiver on this team just continues to make big plays, seemingly on a week-to-week basis. They did not play deep enough back there. And Stockton able to make a perfect throw even through the weather. Anthony Evans gives Georgia a 2-score lead. Woodring's kick it up, and it is good. It's a 10-0 lead for Georgia. Thorson now kicks it away, and this crowd has gone silent. This is Orlando Carter now back to on the return. Don't know how I missed that tackle. White now out again here. 4 wide set. It's going to be an RPO. Oh, and Humphrey takes a bad angle as Chris Lewis takes that for a big 1st down. Really bad angle from Humphrey on that play. This one is going to be a carry to White. He gets shut down by Kristen Miller again. 2 tight end set. White in the shotgun. Has to dump this one out wide. Everett makes the nice tackle there quickly on Cam Coleman, but it sets up a 3rd and 4. Walker White gonna get sacked for a huge loss as Troy Bowles actually gets a pass rushing snap there and does get a sack on Walker White, and Auburn has to punt it again. Been a very bad start for this Auburn offense. Tuggle takes the punt, takes it up for a little bit of room. Auburn needs a big play to get this crowd back into it. Stockton takes the snap. Gonna dump this off to Lawson Lucky, who's unable to corral it. Makes it now a 2nd and 10. Dox is gonna take it as a handoff to Roderick, who gets destroyed on that play by Lyle Rowland, I believe. just absolutely depleted Roderick. That's what Roderick does to other people. That was rolling. Wow, big hit from him. All right, let's see if Georgia can get a 3rd and 8 conversion here as the crowd is now back alive. Stockton takes the snap. Gonna throw this over the middle of the field. Dylan Bell able to bring it in. Gunnar Stockton with the stones to make the pass. Huge 3rd down conversion. It's a carry to ETN. ETN able to take it for a gain of 6. We now see Branson Robinson out there for the first time. Georgia trying to extend their lead. Branson only able to gain a yard there. Been a bit of an up and down season so far for Branson. The crowd now going crazy again. Stockton takes the snap. Gonna dump that off to London Humphreys on the end. Able to take it for a 1st down. Auburn's actually playing really well on defense for the most part on 1st and 2nd down, but Georgia's finding a way to get these conversions. Gunner now, ETN in the backfield, takes the snap, gets it out to Delp. Delp's got a little bit of room there. Runs over Lee and takes it down to the 7. Evans getting sent in motion. Evans has gotten wide. Can he take it? Nope. He's going to be brought down in the backfield there. Really nice play by the defender, J.D. Rim. Now a 2nd and goal still from the 7. Now at the 2-minute warning, Georgia up 10-0. Trying to go up 3 scores. 2nd and goal from the 7. It's a carry to ETN. Able to take it down to the 4 now. The crowd has yet again come alive. Stockton takes the snap. Tries to get the throw off, but gets hit. Looks like he had 2 guys breaking open underneath. But Georgia gonna have to kick the field goal here. Woodring's kick is up and it's no good. Kicking is ridiculous in this game. Walker White gets sacked again by Jalen Walker. I don't understand how I missed that field goal. I don't feel like I was that inaccurate on the thing, but regardless. Tries to dump that pass off. Will be counted as a completion. Over to Cam Coleman right in front of Dalen Everett. White takes the snap, gonna find his man over the middle, and he drops it. Mike O'Reilly wide open up the seam. His quarterback takes a lick, makes a great throw. He cannot bring it in. Tuggle calls another fair catch. I cannot believe I missed that field goal. That's insane sometimes, but it is what it is. Stockton takes the snap. Going to dump this off to Anthony Evans. Evans able to take that for a first down. Georgia's got all 3 timeouts. Stockton takes the snap again this time. Going to try to just dump that one off. And it's what a interception by Jamonte Walker. All Stockton tried to do was dump it off to his back. Probably should not have made that pass, but I mean, that's an insane hands interception there from Waller. Maybe not yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have thrown that for sure. It's a nice interception from Waller, though. And Auburn may have life here at the end of the first half. Walker gets sacked again. They can't block Georgia. Auburn's offensive line thus far has not shown that they can block Georgia at all. Walker is getting killed back there. He's being sacked again. Jordan Hall this time. I believe it was Tristan Miller again on the play before. It's now a 3rd and 28. Holy cow. Send their tight end Riley in motion. It's just going to be a handoff to White. It's wrapped up there, and Georgia will take a timeout. Tuggle is going to try to take this one. He does get a little bit. Takes it almost up to the 20. Or almost up to the 30, excuse me. All right. Can't see any buttons. Stockton takes the snap. Gets hit right as he releases. Had dealt breaking over the middle. Now after that play, Gunner taking a shot. Georgia might just run this one out. It's a carry to ETN. Spins around the first guy. Takes it for a gain of 6. And they are just going to go to the locker room with a 10-0 lead here. Not going to risk anything on the 3rd down. Georgia's been in control, but a missed field goal from Peyton Woodring from 21 yards out and an interception from Stockton have helped keep Auburn in this game. Anthony Evans has had the biggest play of the day thus far with a long touchdown pass from Gunner Stockton. This is the first play of the game to ETN. Spun out 2 defenders there. Took it down with a gain of 18. This is the long touchdown pass here over to Anthony Evans, who broke open. But Auburn so far, no fault of their skill position guys. They cannot block Georgia. Or they didn't in the first half. Thorson boots the second half kickoff away. That was going to be taken for a touchback again by Orlando Carter, the freshman. Walker now out here again with Jalen White. They drop back to pass. Throws it quickly over to Chris Lewis, taken for a gain of 6. Walker again is having to run out to his left. This time he does throw it away before taking the sack. 3rd and 4. Georgia looking to get a stop. It's an RPO, but it's a handoff to Jalen White, and Kristen Miller is just not allowing it today. A 4 tackle for loss, 2 sack performance, and we're a minute into the 3rd quarter. Auburn is yet again going to have to punt it. Tuggle's going to take that for a fair catch. Georgia starting off at their own 30. It's a run to ETN on 1st down, a gain of 2. Auburn crowd trying to fire up this defense. Stockton takes the snap, gets it to Oscar Delp. Delp's going to take that for a first down. Delp with 3 catches for 32 yards so far in this one. Now a 3 wide set. Stockton sends Anthony Evans in motion. It's a screen to Evans. Not a whole lot of going on there. Just a 1-yard gain. Branson Robinson now out there with Stockton. Robinson's going to get the handoff. Just a gain of 2. We'll set up a 3rd and 7. Auburn's not showing that they're very afraid of Stockton throwing the ball much here. Stockton takes the snap. Going to try to bullet this one. Thankfully, number 18 didn't have his head turned around, or that would have been an interception. Goes right off his helmet. Try to get that ball to Anthony Evans. Otherwise, it would have been a conversion as long as he holds on to it, as Thorson has to punt it away again. Jeremiah Cobb calls the touchback. Not the touchback, fair catch, excuse me. Pistol set here, 3 wide receivers. It's a read option. Jordan Hall and KJ Bolden are not able to tackle White in the backfield. He ends up taking that for a gain of 4 before Jalen Walker runs him down. Nice play by White. This is a counter to White. He gets tackled that time by, or not White, oh yeah, I guess it is White. Both their running back and quarterback's names White kind of confused me there for a second. 3rd and 3. Jeremiah Cobb now out there in the backfield with White. It's a pass. We're going to try to throw it out to Cobb. Cobb is stopped by Ellis Robinson and Dalen Everett, and Auburn is going to have to punt it again. Georgia's defense has been outside of their minds this year. Nitro Tuggle tries to make a play, gets wrapped up quickly though. Georgia, of course, starting to get a little frustrated on offense. 3 wide set. It's a run to ETN. Takes it for just a gain of 1. We talked up how well the running game had been doing earlier in the first half. London Humphreys gets sent in motion, but it has been a slow start on the ground here in this half. He throws that Dylan Bell with room to run. Dylan Bell's across midfield, past the 40, tackled out at the 39. Really nice play there for the Dogs. Really utilizing that mesh concept to confuse the defenders. Really nice blocking up front as well. ETN now gets the carry. Takes it for a gain of 4. Now a 2nd and 6. Stockton drops back, tries to set up a screen to ETN. He is able to dump it away. ETN gets the first down and takes some big hits out there. It is a first down for Georgia. Three and a half minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Stockton tries to hand it off to Branson, but he loses 2 yards as he gets chased down by C.J. Johnson there on that play. This crowd is really affecting Stockton. He takes the snap. He's going to just toss this one out of bounds in the direction of Humphreys. Sets up a 3rd and 12 now. Where does Georgia go on this third down? Come on, guys. Georgia's going to take the snap. He's going to throw that out to Anthony Evans. Evans is able to get a block from Delp. Gets it to 4th and inches. I think Georgia's going to go for it. Please come out and see what it looks like. Got the big bodies up front. 4th and inches. It's a carry to Roderick Robinson. Roderick Robinson into the end zone on the 4th and inches. Power play. Shoot the arrow, young man. As Georgia finally takes a 3-possession lead here. Well, assuming Woodring makes the extra point. Woodring's kick is up and it is good, and this crowd that was so loud now very deflated. Huge run and carry there for Roderick Robinson. Georgia up 17-0. This has been a defensive battle. But right now Georgia is very clearly winning. Auburn has minus 33 yards rushing with all the sacks that Walker White has taken. It's a handoff to White. Bowles able to tackle him down there. Sets up a 2nd and 1, of course. Probably going to be another handoff. It is. Jalen White might be out of there. KJ Bolden finally, with help, gets him out of bounds. Cam Coleman now kind of in the tight end slot here. It's an RPO. Burton gets a 1st down. Auburn trying to get going here with their passing game. 1st and 10. 4 wide receivers. It's a handoff shut down by Jordan Hall. The RPO plays that Auburn is using in this game are just creating way too many delayed, like the slow mesh handoff kind of situations where it just not working. As Walker White gets dragged down there by Damon Wilson. I don't think that's going to count as a sack, though. As Georgia heads into the 4th quarter up 17-0, Auburn in range to score. And they tighten up this game here. Georgia, of course, still your #1 team in the country. Starting to see some more familiar faces there towards the top 10. 3rd and 13. 4 wide receivers out there on the field. Walker White takes the snap. He's got nowhere to throw the ball. He's going to scramble around. He's going to get a 1st down. What a play from Walker White, who has been abused in this game. Big-time players make big-time plays when their team needs them, and that was a big play. And they hand it off to White, and it gets shut down by Jordan Hall again. You essentially have to just abandon the run. I mean, they're going to run it here again, though. And this time they get good blocking. Just as I say that, it takes it for about a 12 or 13-yard run there. KJ Bolden unable to bring him down. Bolden's had a couple of rough plays in this one. He's been great this year. Auburn at the 9, drops back to take the snap. He's going to get sacked. Jamal Jarrett, I believe his 1st sack on the year. Now makes it a 2nd and goal from the 15. White in the 4 wide. It's a quick RPO out to Lewis, who gets tackled by KJ Bolden. 3rd and goal from the 9. I personally, I know you need the field goal. I think this is 4-down territory. He's going to throw it. It's going to be picked off. Ellis Robinson does take it out. Robinson down the sideline. It's going to be like a 104-yard interception return. We'll say 98. Maybe he did catch that. I thought he caught it in the end zone. Ellis Robinson's second pick of the day. 98-yard return. And I think we know who our thumbnail player is going to be this week. Ellis Robinson, just an outstanding game from him. 2 interceptions has led to 10 points for Georgia. Walker White got to be deflated on the sideline. They finally drive down the field, get into a maybe 4-down situation as Bowles just unloads on Cobb there. White has definitely shown a lot of toughness in this one, just does not have the horses up front. He's back to pass it again. He's going to try to scramble out, able to slide down before the Raylan Wilson hit. Still at negative 26 yards, and he's gained about 30 on his last couple of scrambles. White gets that one out. Nice pass to Burton, and by far their most active wide receiver today. 5 catches, 35 yards. 4 wide receiver look here for White. Takes the snap. They set up the screen. Gets good enough blocking. Bowles tackles him down, but it makes it a 2nd and 3. Gain of 7 there. Empty set. That's going to be picked off by Raylan Wilson. Walker White got that throw off a little too slow there, trying to get it to his tight end. And that'll pretty much seal the deal on this game. It's just a matter of trying to run out the clock. Roderick Robinson for the first offensive snap for Georgia in a while here. Takes the handoff. Gain of 2. As is customary here in the 4th quarter now, we see Tavares Tobias, the 5-star true freshman. Gets a nice running lane there. A gain of 5 makes it a 3rd and 3. Stockton now back in the shotgun here. It's a 3 wide receiver set. He takes it, drops back. Gets a screen to Etienne. Etienne gets enough for the 1st down and stays in bounds to keep the clock running. This was a defensive football game. Don't let the final score fool you. Another carry to Tobias. He's still up. Gains 4 on that play. Georgia had to fight tooth and nail for every yard they gained today. And for Auburn, their skill guys definitely made some plays. This carry goes to Etienne, able to somehow get through for a gain of 4. There was just didn't have enough blocking up front. Auburn knows where they need to be spending their recruiting hours. It's a 3rd and 2 here. Roderick Robinson back out there as we are now below 3.5 minutes. Roderick takes the carry, gets shut down. So 4th and 3. Woodring out now to attempt another field goal. I shanked that one. Missed another one. That one I missed. I don't think the 21-yarder, I don't think that one should have been a miss. That one I missed. 24-0 still here for Auburn. Drop back with a little pass under the middle. It's like an 8-yard completion out of that one. Perry Thompson's 2nd catch of the day. Kristen Miller, another sack. They need to take White out of the game. He is getting demolished back there. And they do take White out of the game just as I say that. Hopefully he's not actually hurt and it's just decided to, oh no, that is White. He gets sacked again. For some reason in my mind when that play started, I thought he was number 12. Drops back, he's just going to heave it down the field. Picked off by K.J. Bolden. Walker White has fought for his life, and the only thing he's got to show for it is 4 interceptions. K.J. Bolden there with his second pick of the year. Been a rough day for K.J., but that's a strong finish to it. Now with just 1:36 left, Georgia will just run out the clock. It's a carry for Tobias. Takes it for a gain of 2. Delps in motion. Just barely get the snap off Tobias. Rips off a first down run and more. Really running hard there. They'll likely get one more carry just to finish the game off. Tobias really finished that run strong. He gets rewarded with one more carry. This one does end up being tackled down in the backfield by Lane Gannis. But Georgia has found a 24-0 victory thanks to an outstanding performance from their defense, because this was not a great offensive day, to say the least. This was really not a good day for the offense. Stockton was fine. The run game was inconsistent, finished off strong and started off strong, but was a little weak in the middle. But the defense was just insane, including Ellis Robinson, 2 picks, a defensive touchdown. I mean, he had a day. Anthony Evans did find a long touchdown. The only real big play for the offense the whole day. I mean, I had a couple of big third down conversions, but as far as the explosive plays, you had the first carry to ETN. Dylan Bell had like 2 pretty decent catches. Then you had Anthony Evans' deep ball, but there was not a whole lot really going on for the Georgia offense today. Let's see if I can just find something here. Just want to get a little thumbnail of. All I want is a thumbnail of what is it? Ellis Robinson. Ellis Robinson in the slot here on this play. So I just don't like the forward facing one. Nope. What did she lie on? Maybe something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Do we have one of the interceptions just in case I'd rather use that one? The Branson touchdown run one I'm sure is a nice one too, but I do want to use one here for Ellis. Oop. There we go. I don't know if I can get one I really like. Actually, we might do like a little live play there on the back pedal. Let's do that instead. So yeah, let's take a look at the stats. Auburn had 136 yards of offense, 7 first downs. They were 1 for 11 on third down. Turned it over 4 times. Just a really, I mean, you know, credit to our defense obviously, but that was brutal. Stockton, 19 of 29, 205 yards, a touchdown, and interception. The passing game has been really good, the last 3 weeks. Stockton was definitely a little rattled. I couldn't do a whole lot of hot routing and stuff, and he took a couple of hits on some passes that I believe would have been completions if he'd have been able to get them off. But definitely a subpar day for him. It wasn't a bad performance. The interception, I'll just say, is on me. I thought it was a nice play by the linebacker, though. On the ground, ETN, 11 carries, 58 yards. Roger Robinson with a big rushing touchdown, 6 carries for 27. Tobias, 5 for 27. Branson, 3 carries, 1 yard. It's not happening this year. Stockton, 1 yard on his 2 carries. Anthony Evans, 5 catches, 77 yards on the score. Lennon Humphreys, 5 for 22. Dylan Bell, 3 for 49. Delp, 3 for 32. ETN, 3 for 25 out of the backfield. And Lucky just had a drop. Kelton Smith Jr. gave up the sack. And defensively, it's all about this defensive front, man. Christian Miller, 7 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Bowles technically a linebacker, obviously, but 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and did get a sack coming in as a pass rusher. Jalen Walker, 5, 2, 1.5 sacks. Damon Wilson, 5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, half sack. I mean, it just keeps going. Ellis Robinson, 2 interceptions and a tackle for loss. Bolden, an interception, 5 tackles. And we got a lot of tackles in the backfield. A sack for Jarrett there as well. I mean, they couldn't run the ball at all. And that put White in a lot of bad situations. Threw 4 interceptions, 2 of them for Ellis Robinson. We'll take a look at their stat line. White, 15 of 23, 120 yards. Was not able to push the ball down the field at all. Through 4 interceptions. Rushing, White minus negative 32 rushing yards. I mean, Jalen White had 9 carries for 49. Had to have 1 20-plus yard run, but there was just not a lot around that 20-yard run. Burton, 5 catches, 35 yards. Coleman, 3 for 33. Chris Lewis, 3 for 33. Perry Thompson, 2 for 10. White, 1 for 7. And Cobb, 1 for 2 out of the backfield. Had pretty much all of their starters gave up sacks here. The whole line, at least everybody at least gave up 1. And on defense, they had Lane Gannis here. Had a 9-tackle for loss performance. Thought he played well as a freshman. Keldrick Falk did get the sack, 8 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. Jalen Walker, 8 tackles. C.J. Johnson, 6 and a tackle for loss. Barber, 5 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. Waller did have an interception too. I did not say that. So the only sack goes to Falk. Him and Barber are the only 2 with multiple tackles for loss. And Waller had the interception, but just a really, really bad day for the Auburn offense. Because I think the defense, 318 total yards of offense for us. Held us 5 of 12 on 3rd downs. The crowd definitely impacted Stockton. I think the defense played plenty well enough to win that game. They only gave up 17 actual points. So we need to be better on offense. The defense needs to just keep doing what it's doing. But Georgia's at 7-0. Should, in theory, still be ranked number 1. And we'll advance the week. We'll take a look at the top 25, see if we get any commits, and then we'll take a look at the stats and get out of here. Ben McNulty, a 4-star wide receiver with a commitment. Miguel Fajardo at left end gets the commitment. Eric Addington here has moved into his top 5 schools. Still at risk of Tommy Newman transferring. Kristen Miller is your SEC Defensive Player of the Week, as he should be. Kristen Miller is your National Defensive Player of the Week, as he should be, after a 5-tackle for loss performance. Okay, from one big away road game to another big road game. Against a Tennessee team that's really struggling in this series, but they are 2-2 in the conference. So we'll take a look at those 2 commits we just got. This class is really rounding out into form. Off screen after the last episode, I dropped this down to 16 people that we're trying to recruit. It's going to keep me from getting a top 5 class, I'm sure, but I don't have that many people leaving, and trying to look ahead, even people that might leave early. I think even doing this, even if Newman transfers, I'm still going to end up having to cut a couple of players, I believe. And instead of just doing that where I'm just constantly cutting 10 or 15 guys, I'm just going to let some of these people go to these other schools. We got McNulty was one of the first guys we started recruiting, the number 3 wide receiver in the country. He's is a good athlete, good catch in traffic, 6'3", 204 with 91 speed. Short route running is okay. He's got good release, got good spec catch. Definitely a physical wide receiver, so we're not sure what his route running and stuff will end up being, but I think he's going to be kind of similar to some of the guys I brought in last year in Cantrell and Boyce. Boyce is more of a deep threat, but kind of similar to what Cantrell is, maybe not quite the athlete. But he's our second wide receiver commit, and we are certainly looking like we may be heading towards a third there. And then we had offensive guard, right? It was a defensive end. So we had Miguel Fajardo here, the number 2 defensive end in all of college football, in all of high school football, the 33rd ranked player. 6'4", 271, 85 tackle, 86 block shed, 84 strength. He's going to be an excellent run stopper. The big thing for him is going to be taking a look at what his pass rush abilities are. So we don't have his finesse or power moves showing up here, but looks like a very high floor player. I'm more interested in Shaughnessy because he gets after the quarterback, but it might be a situation where we take Shaughnessy out there in our nickel packages. Fajardo comes in when we're, running more base aligned defense. But, with 84 strength, 86 block shedding, that's the guy that can play here for sure. I'll finish up the recruiting and stuff off screen. I don't know if there's even any more points I can put into anybody, but we'll take a look at the scores around the country. And it's got Penn State 31-10 over Rutgers. Clemson, really big win there in a rivalry game against Florida State. Clemson up to number 5 now in the country. Oregon 42-10 over Northwestern. Ohio State with a win over UConn. Pitt beats Georgia Tech on the road 28-21. Nebraska with a 2-point win over UL Monroe. Alabama throttles Tennessee, who we play this upcoming week. BYU with a 1-point upset over Arizona, who's now, I believe, lost 2 games in a row. Texas on the road loses to Florida. Impressive win for the Gators. Let's just see if Lagway had himself a day. He did have a really good day, actually. 29-39, 2 touchdowns, 353 yards. It's Texas team I'm just not impressed with. Arch Manning he's not been that good, really. Just in my opinion. I mean, they have, even games they've won, they have not really looked the part so far. And, of course, we beat them pretty bad, and Arch did not look the part. NC State 30-23 over Duke. Texas Tech 26-10 over Arizona State. USC with a big win there over Notre Dame. Just kind of take a peek here. Miller Moss with a 5-touchdown day. Trevion O'Neal. Hudson, Xavier Jordan scored. Okay. I hate that it takes you all the way back to the top. UCF barely gets out of New Mexico State with a victory here, 37-34. A&M beats up on South Carolina here, 31-13. Definitely a surprise there. Kansas State goes to Baylor and puts a beating on the Bears. And you had Iowa take down Minnesota comfortably. North Carolina upsets Cal in big-time fashion there, 45-21. We'll take a look at the Heisman. I'm sure there's no way ETN is still in there. Nope, but he got replaced by Kristen Miller, who jumped all the way to the top from off the list, knocking down the Xavier Jordan kid who we just looked at, who did score against Notre Dame. And Jayler Walker holds steady, but ETN does fall out, kind of as expected. I haven't ran it a whole lot with him. We're at number 1 in the country. Haven't run a lot with him the past couple of weeks, I guess is what I mean to say. So Stockton continues to be really efficient. The passing game is just not overly explosive. I I think there were definitely plays that could have been made against Auburn if I could hot route. But with kind of essentially not being able to hot route because of the crowd, which is a great feature, it really hamstrung kind of what I was able to do with him passing in that game because he'd been on a roll at home. But still, I mean, 19 touchdown passes versus 4 picks, that's excellent. You take that all the time. ETN 545 yards and 6 tutties on the ground. Tobias 340 and 3. Roderick Robinson 213 and 5. Branson has now had a couple of rough games here in a row, I feel like. I don't feel like he's been as good as his efficiency is showing. It's just the last 2 weeks, though. 3 for 12 down here against Charlotte, but it's had a couple of nice runs and a couple of decent games. It's just feels like the last couple of episodes he is not, whether it's the blocking or whatever, just not really making a whole bunch of plays. And Stockton also does have a rushing touchdown. Anthony Evans continues to lead the team in receiving. Definitely looking like he's going to hit the 1,000-yard mark. And he's found the end zone 7 times. London Humphreys has been really solid. Dylan Bell's been solid. Delp has been solid, not near what he was last year, which is on me. ETN's been really good out of the backfield and has found the end zone twice. Tuggle's been good when he's gotten on the field. Kelton Smith leads the team in sacks allowed. Just gave up his 3rd one in this past game. Bowles now has separated himself from Raylan Wilson, 40 tackles against 36. Christian Miller with 36 tackles, 18 tackles for loss, and 8 sacks. We'll just take a glance, and then Bolden's having himself a good year. Take a look at the tackles, then I'll sort it by tackles for loss. 18 and 18 for Miller and Hall. Hall has been great his first year starting. Walker plays much better than his overall, that's for sure. Damon Wilson in the double digits as well. Sacks, Christian Miller leading the way with 8. Jalen Walker 7.5. Damon Wilson 6.5. Jordan Hall at 4. And then we got a host of guys here with 1. Interceptions, Dalen Everett with 7. Ellis Robinson at 3. I'm so sorry I gave the big, emphatic talking about Terry Hogue thing. I really thought it was Everett that made that pick. I didn't even glance at the number, just kind of made the assumption going down that right sideline. Ellis Robinson now with 3 interceptions on the season after a 2-interception pick 6 day. Raylan Wilson with 3 as well. Bowles and Bolden with 2. Aguero and Humphrey each with 1. I'm now 8 for 11 with Woodring. I still don't understand how that first field goal I missed was technically missed, but nonetheless. The next one I completely missed. That's on me. But yeah, so the next time I see you guys in this series anyway, we will be traveling to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Volunteers in Neyland Stadium. So really looking forward to that one. As usual, if you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe. Check out my two-lane Dynasty that's also on the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace.